Hey guys, this is Mama Retro, and it's Q&A time. Ask your questions, and I'm sure I'll have some pretty original answers to your questions. Okay, let's go. Obviously a long time. Kick, kick, punch, kick, punch. I just don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. What the hell is wrong with you?
So the first question comes from HG_boxing89.
Huh?
It's a social media profile name.
Whoa, that's a long one.
HG_boxing89.
H.G. Wells, is that who he named himself after?
I no. Okay, so here's the question. If Mama Retro could be in a video game for one day, which one would she choose and why?
That's easy. That's easy, HG. I would definitely be in the Aladdin video. And the reason, of course, is that I like jumping on the camel.
Second question from him. Do you collect anything?
Yeah, I collect heads.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, you crazy.
No, seriously. No, not really. Maybe, rats. I collect rats, but not real rats. Stuffed rat, and not stuffed rats. Little rat figurine thingies, because that's my nickname is Rat, Ratsky, Wolf Rat, whatever you want to call me.
All right.
That was for HG. HG, did you know you were named after H.G. Wells?
You can talk a little bit louder too, by the way.
Okay.
Not that loud. All right, next question is from LaBowie Bass Music.
Oh, I know who that is. His picture.
She.
Her picture has got dark hair and glasses on.
Mm-hmm. So LaBowie Bass Music. It's a two-part question.
Okay.
Did you ever feel your kids were wasting time by playing video games?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They wasted their time and they fought like cats and dogs constantly over the video games. Used to, the two older boys would only have one system to share. Matthew came along a lot later, so he had everything to himself. He didn't have to share. But yeah, he's obsessed with video games. Absolutely.
Second part of the question, did you set a time limit each day?
Nope, never did that. I figured my kids had enough sense to know when their fingers were bleeding and it was time to stop playing.
Next question is from Tara, and Tara's question is, what is one of, in your opinion, the coolest evolutions you have seen in terms of retro video gaming to the video games we see in 2020?
I don't have a freaking clue. I don't have a freaking clue. I don't even know what he just said. Something about
You want me to repeat the question?
retro games in 2020?
You want me to repeat the question?
Yeah.
What is one of, in your opinion, the coolest evolutions you've seen in terms of retro video gaming to the video games we see in 2020?
I think it would be how Mario has evolved. He can do all kinds of stuff now. He don't just run, he can drive and everything. Is that an evolving thing?
Sure. That's a good answer.
Why are you laughing then?
I thought you were going to get mad at that question because it's kind of
Oh.
like that other question where
No, it wasn't like that other question.
That other question pissed you off, didn't it?
Oh, yes, it did.
How much did it piss you
It
off?
made me very angry.
Okay. You're gonna like
Nosy,
this.
aren't you?
You're gonna like this next question. This is from Retro Gaming Zone, and his question is: was the moon landing staged?
No, it wasn't. I was there in 1969, sucker. It was not staged. It was real. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. And if you had been a kid in 1969, you would have been in awe for the rest of your life. Take that, sucker.
Okay. He has another question for you.
All right, Doc, I'll give you some more.
What's your favorite genre of current music, and what's your favorite song that's currently on the radio?
My favorite genre is classic rock. And but I have to listen to country too because my granddaughter likes country. But my favorite is classic rock, and I have a lot of favorite songs. One of my favorite songs would be Free Bird by Leonard Skinner. I actually heard the very first radio version of Freebird back in 1974, and I was in a philosophy class at school, and he actually played Freebird by Leonard Skinner, a brand new song, and the whole class absolutely loved it. And then he played for us Joe Cocker, You Are So Beautiful. Those two songs, 1974. Wish you had been there.
The next question comes from Jared Schultz, and his question
That's
is,
German. Schultz is.
and his
Very.
question is, do you know about me urinating on my brothers?
Absolutely not, until he told me later in life. I did not know that he pissed on his brothers.
They deserved it. They tied me up and threw me in the damn closet while their
Yeah,
friends
but you were
over.
probably being a bratty pest, and that's why they did it.
Oh, so anytime somebody's a brat, you tie them up and throw them in a closet?
It didn't hurt you.
No, they should have tied me up better.
Well, that's their problem, but you ain't got no business peeing on people. What, do you think you're a dog or something? Hiking your leg?
It was fun. All right, he has another question for you.
Sickening.
He has another question for you.
I have a confession to make to you, Matthew. You are adopted.
He has another question for you. Do you have any guilty pleasures?
Guilty pleasures. No, not really. Oh, sorry. No, I don't think so. Not really. I can't think of any. No, I don't have that many pleasures in life anyway.
Okay. Next question comes from Laura Bartlett. The Laura that cusses a lot.
Yeah,
Yep.
the one that says the F word constantly.
Yep. What is one thing you miss from the olden days when you were a kid? He said the olden days.
Okay, Laura. Laura, who uses the F word in every sentence, I'm here to tell you that I feel very sorry for you guys that live today. You didn't get to experience anything like I experienced from the olden days. I liked the way we dressed. I liked the fact that we could get on our bicycles and ride all over our neighborhood on any road. No one bothered us. Nowadays, you can't let your kid out of your sight. You have to keep them right beside you, Laura. Remember that as your child grows more.
Boom. Roasted.
Okay, she has a second question for you.
Delora, you better watch it.
Do you think you would have been a video gamer if they were around when you were a kid?
No, I was not that. I wasn't into that kind of stuff. Board games, yes. Video games, no. And I like to read. When I was a kid, I liked to read so much that I wouldn't have time to play video games.
Let me read that question again verbatim, exactly how she wrote it, just to show you how bad her grammar is. Do you think you would have been a video gamer if they were around when your was a child?
Your. That's a possessive pronoun.
Yep.
But why did she say that? It would have been
Because
you.
she can't type a text message.
Oh,
All right.
Laura, your grammar needs improvement, darling.
All right, so you remember Stephanie from the last Q&A that asked you several really interesting questions. Well, she's got a few more for you, all right?
Okay.
So the first question is, and this is a question you've been asked multiple times, so which video game would you like to live a real-life version of?
Well, I really haven't played that many video games.
What about Aladdin jumping on the camel? Is that
Well,
not your
yeah,
go-to
but
answer?
I didn't know I would want to be in that. I mean,
A real-life version? You wouldn't like to jump on a camel in real life?
well, I don't think it would boing like
Probably
that one
not.
did. The fun of it was
So then which
boinging.
game would you like to live a real-life version of?
Altered Beast.
Altered Beast?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a good one.
Yeah, I turned into something like the guy that turned into the Hulk.
All right, here's a good one for you from Stephanie. If you could write one new law that everybody had to obey, what law would you create?
The law I would create would be stated like this. The cancel culture is over. You can say whatever you want in any way you want to say it to anyone you want to say it to, and there will be no repercussions, because I'm going to bury all them suckers. Now I'm pissed off.
Next question from Stephanie. Of all the video games you have played, which one makes you want to ask the creator why they made that dumb shit?
Oh, that would have been that game where I ran around the office building. Last Christmas.
Die Hard?
Yes, that was the dumbest thing I ever saw in my
The one I
life.
tricked you and made you jump out the window on?
Yes. They didn't even look like a window.
Shoot that glass. There's actually a secret ledge.
Oh, what am I supposed to do?
Just
Step
walk.
on it?
Yeah, just walk. Keep going.
Oh, all right. Next question comes from AJ Cerna, Albert Cerna. And his question is, would you watch a movie that was based on your life?
Ooh. Probably not. I wouldn't want a movie to be made about my life.
Okay. Next question comes from Chronic Spartan. His question is, what is the best game that you played in 2020?
That I played
Yeah.
in 2020? I guess the best game that I played would be...
You were talking about Fall Guys.
I know.
earlier.
That I like the Fall Guys game. I think that's really fun. I think it would be that Fall Guys game. And Matt said he's going to let me play it too. But I have to do it off camera. I don't know why.
All right. Next question comes from Dren Hatamata.
Huh?
Dren Hatamata.
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 What's a hatamata?
I have no idea.
Hot tomato? Hot
Dren
tomato?
Hatamata. If you could eat food from any game, what game would it be and what would you eat?
Oh my God. I never played a game that had food in it. Did I play a game?
Well, there was food in them.
Oh, wait a minute. There was a French fries in a game, remember? There was a game that had French fries in it, but I don't remember which one it
A
was.
game that had French fries in it.
Remember? It had a... Remember?
I do not.
I know, but...
Aladdin had apples in it.
Yeah, but it wasn't that. It was the one that had the French... Cheetos!
Oh, Chester Cheetos.
Yeah!
Okay.
Yeah. Chester Cheeto, yeah.
So you'd eat the French fries from that game?
Yeah.
All right, next question comes from Lou's Jam Session. And Lou's Jam Session question is, do you know any other languages besides English?
I sure do, and I'll give you an example. What's his name again?
Lou's Jam Session.
Oozle MJ Essenshay. At day Uzway A Erive Udgate Weston K. Alne is the anguage is a old K Igpe Attenlay and a Ope Uye and case Pixe it a Ute. Thank you. What the hell was that?
The next question is a very interesting one from Retro Rivals. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck, and explain your choice? So 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck.
Is that bare knuckle fighting or can I
Bare
shoot them?
knuckle
I
fighting.
can't shoot them.
Nope, it's hand-to-hand combat or hand-to-beat
Horse-sized
combat.
duck.
Or 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck.
I think I would rather fight the 100 duck-sized horses, and the reason I say that is because horses, they love us, and I think that I could tame every duck-sized horse into a horse that would love me. So, yeah, 100 duck-sized horses would be good.
Next question comes from Melly Playful. And her question is, Mama Retro, if you were to be a gunslinger in the Wild West, what would people call you?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Wolfman.
Wolfman? But you're a woman.
Wolfman.
So that's what people would call you in the Wild West.
I thought I would be a man. Well, am I a man or a woman?
You're a woman. You're Mama Retro.
Oh, okay. So my name would be, and I'm a gunslinger,
Yes.
Millie the Kid.
Millie the Kid?
Millie the Kid.
Okay. I like that. All right, so the next two questions come from Jerry Terrifying. And this first question is a doozy. Are you ready?
Oh, you did a thing with him.
Yep, game room tour.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, first question from him was a doozy. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go. Has anyone really been far, even as decided to use, even go, want to do, look more like?
Okay, you said the word even too many times for one
Let
thing.
me read it again. Has anyone really been far, even as decided to use, even go, want to do more, look more like?
Ari J. Arafine Uye R.A. Stupid say S.A. Uday Otne ask A. Ime Uchse Questions K. Uday Uye under a tan say Ime?
Should I read the question again?
One.
Has anyone really been far, even as decided to use, even go, want to do, look more like?
Has anyone ever been as far as...
Don't try to analyze it. It's just a bunch of words smashed together.
Oh, he didn't mean anything?
No, it was a joke.
Umday!
But his second question is a real question.
I don't believe it now.
One you've pretty much already answered, and that's what's been your favorite game so far?
Well, I have several. I liked Altered Beasts. I liked
Aladdin.
Fall Guys, and I liked Aladdin, and I liked the castle one. What was it?
Castle one.
Yeah, I was running through dark halls. Ghosts were... I had to kill ghosts and stuff. Castlevania? Or Transylvania?
Castlevania?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like that one.
All right, next question comes from Grew Up With Gaming.
Okay.
And this is an interesting question. I'm really curious to see what you're going to say here. Do you think Mama Retro could offer some dating advice / how to attract a lady? Please include how to navigate the current pandemic situation.
Oh.
So how can Grew Up With Gaming he needs some dating advice
difficult
how to attract a lady during the
difficult
pandemic.
environment right now, gaming. I guess since the big box stores are always open, put on a mask and go to Walmart and go to the makeup aisle. That's where the girls are. They're in the makeup aisle. They're buying the mascara, and go over there and look really puzzled. Pick stuff up and look at it and shake your head like, what is this? I don't know what this is. Until one of those girls comes up to you and she asks you, do you need some help or something? And you say, well, I'm trying to get something for my mom, but I don't know what this stuff is. At which point, she will gleefully show you what each product is and what you do with it. You do this with this, you do this with that. And in between her explaining things to you, you start, striking up a conversation with her, and you get to know her, and before you know it, you ask her for her number. You'll get her number, you can talk to her over the phone, and do a phone attraction until the pandemic's over, and then you can jump her bones. What?
You said then you can jump her bones.
After the pandemic's over.
What do you mean by jump her bones?
What do you think?
You talking about having sex?
I'm talking about jumping her bones.
That escalated quickly, by the way.
Gaming, I'm sorry, but
okay.
if you want to get to a woman, you got to do that fast.
Okay. Next question comes from Heather.
Heather, my daughter-in-law Heather?
Yeah.
My Heather?
Yeah. What is the most embarrassing experience you've ever had? One that you're willing to share?
Oh, gosh. Okay. We went to Chester Frost Park, which is a park in Tennessee, and it has a lake. And it's a beach. They have sand, and people play volleyball, and they have a concessions place, and they have steps that go down into the lake. So it's a pretty nice place. But at any rate, me and my friends were up there, Carolyn and Janine, and several people that I can't remember all who was there because it was a long time ago. But anyway, we were playing volleyball on the beach, and we were playing, and all of a sudden, I seen this group of people start staring at me, and I didn't know what was going on until one of my friends said, "Your top fell off." My top to my bikini had fallen down, and my boobies were flashing. And it was extremely embarrassing. It was horribly embarrassing.
So what did you do?
I put my top back up and retied it.
How many people saw?
A bunch. There were some people all over out there. They were all over.
Did you leave or did you stay?
No, I kept playing ball.
Oh.
Oh, yes. This one is embarrassing and painful. When I was a manager at Hardee's on 58 Highway, in the drive-thru, one of the girls accidentally dropped a penny, and it's in the way those registers were made. She had set it up on top, and it fell inside where the printer is. So I took the top off, and I had my finger down in there to get the penny out, and all of a sudden the register started working, and my finger was in the printer teeth, and it had me stuck. I couldn't get out. So the most embarrassing thing was that this was in drive-through. I was standing on my tiptoes with my arm like this, and my finger hung in a register that we couldn't get out. We all tried it. I was stuck, and when they pulled, it hurt. And I was stuck there for a long time. People in drive-through were parking their cars, coming in behind the counter to try to figure out how to help me get my finger out of the register. And all this time I'm standing there embarrassed as crap. Then the supervisor called and told Lisa, my shift manager, call the fire department to get her out. So the fire department and an ambulance came. The fire department had to take the freaking register apart to get my finger out. So I ruined a perfectly good register. They told me I was going to the hospital. I said, "What for?" I mean, my finger was crushed and it looked pretty bad. And he threw a wet rag on my head like I was, I don't know what he thought. He put me on this stretcher. They put me in a freaking ambulance, and they took me to the hospital, at which point I sat back there with my throbbing finger thinking, this is bullcrap. And when the emergency room doctor came in, he started laughing, and he said, "Are you the one that got your finger caught in the register?" And that was a very embarrassing thing. Oh, my God. People from Hardee's will tell you. If we ever find Lisa, she can tell you about that night. If you're out there, Lisa.
All right. Well, next question comes from Ellie, and her question is, and it's the one you sort of already
Okay,
answered,
this is weird. I got to say this about Ellie. My golden retriever Dylan, she bought him an elephant, a little gray elephant that he loves. He loves that thing. It's filthy. He cleans it. He carries it around in his teeth. He shakes it. He lays with his head on top of it all the time, and I call her Ellie. I'll tell Dylan to go get your Ellie. So, yeah, your name's kind of familiar to me. All right.
All right, so Ellie's question is, what is Mama Retro's favorite era of music and her favorite artist / song?
My favorite era, of course, is 70s, late 60s, up until the mid 80s. But I don't like disco at all. And my favorite song, I have a lot of favorite songs.
Just pick
I
one.
named one. How about, I really liked Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. That was one of my favorite songs. I have several, but that was one of my favorites.
All right. Next question comes from Jorgogo Art, and his question is, if you ever felt the need to go ape shit, would you go for either a baseball bat covered in glass shards, a flail covered in syringes, or a bear trap the size of a Great Dane, or a brick?
Not a bear trap, because that's boring. I want to do it myself. I don't want them to get killed by a trap. Not a brick either, because I probably would miss when I threw
So
it.
then you got a baseball bat covered in glass shards, or a
I'd
flail
have to
covered in
go with a
syringes?
flail covered with syringes, and I would make sure each syringe had a very long needle on it, and yeah, that would be my weapon of choice.
Okay. Next question comes from the Cat of Awesome.
I feel that way all the time, by the way.
What is your favorite holiday food? Either one you like to cook or one to eat.
My favorite holiday food. Whoa. I would have to say a big old slice of cherry pie with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top. Delicious.
Next question is another one from Jorgogo, and it's a short one. 80s rock or 90s hip hop?
Don't care for hip hop.
So 80s rock then, huh?
Early 80s rock is okay.
Okay. Next question comes from Big Retro Show. What do you like most about being Mama Retro, and what do you like the least?
Well, I guess I like being Mama Retro because I get to release all the stress that I've had prior to doing my videos, and I act very, very funny and silly because, well, sometimes I act like that anyway, but I act very silly and funny because it releases stress. It's a good stress reliever. When you're raising a 13-year-old granddaughter, trust me, she's worse than all three of my boys put together, and I have to relieve some stress.
Cool. Next question is pretty much another repeat question.
Oh, I didn't get to say why I don't like being
Oh,
Mama
yeah, yeah.
Retro.
What's your least favorite? What do you like the least about
My
it?
bratty,
Oh, God.
my
Here we
bratty
go.
youngest son constantly bossing me around when I'm being Mama Retro.
I'm not bossing you around. I'm trying to keep us on track.
Oh, he's bossing me. Trust me. He's over there right now. Every time I stop looking at the camera, pointing at the camera, like he's some kind of freaking director on a movie set.
I am a director.
Whatever. You ain't doing. You don't direct me, boy.
All right. The next question is another kind of repeat question. It's from Ken Santino, and his question is, "What's your favorite game of all time and why?"
Well, I like Fall Guys because it's fun and it makes my adrenaline flow. It make I get excited because I have to run so fast and all those other people are so far ahead of me.
Later, we're going to be playing a game that's similar to Fall Guys in some ways.
Oh,
I think
okay.
you'll like it.
And I like Aladdin because jumping on that camel is wonderful.
Yes.
I don't know how to explain the euphoric feeling I get from jumping on the camel.
Next couple of questions come from geekynate.
Who?
Geekynate.
Oh yeah, I've seen that name before.
And geekynate firstly says, "Hey, Mama Retro, firstly, you're awesome. And thank you for the last question you answered." He says, "I'm going to be cheeky and ask a couple of questions.
Cheeky geeky, geeky cheeky.
If you could travel anywhere, what is one place you would love to visit?"
If I could travel anywhere, I would love to go to Ireland. I have Irish in me, and I'm just always fascinated. They call it the Emerald Isle. It looks beautiful, and I love the way they talk. So yeah, I would like to go to Ireland, see the castles and all that stuff.
Okay. And his next question is, "What is one game you would like to play?"
That I haven't already played?
Yes.
How would I know?
That's a good question.
I don't know how to answer that because I don't know the names of any games because I've never played video games except the ones that Matt forces me to play here. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
Geeky. I'm sorry, Kiki Cheeky.
And
Geeky. What is he called?
geekynate.
Geekynate. I'm sorry, Geekynate. And thank you for telling me I'm awesome. I think you're awesome.
Okay. And the final question comes from Doug.
Doug Brown?
Doug Brown.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Nope. And his question is, his question is, what did RetroWolf do to Mama Retro when he was a kid to make her so mean?
Oh my God. When RetroWolf was a child, he was extremely disrespectful, out of line. He was terrible. He drove me absolutely nuts. And you know this, Doug.
You have any examples?
There's a... What?
Do you have any examples?
Any examples? I have an example. I have several examples. At 3 years old, he got kicked out of daycare. They told me they couldn't keep him there anymore because he wouldn't stop cussing. At 3! Okay? And then, in the 4th grade, he told his teacher that she didn't know what she was talking about. And he actually got suspended out of school. Not ISS, OSS. He got kicked out of school for 3 or 5 days because he told his teacher she didn't know what she was talking about.
They kicked me out of school for that?
They kicked you because you had argued with this teacher all year long. She finally decided she'd had enough. When you told her in front of the class she didn't know what she was talking about, she expelled you for 3 days.
They must have hated me.
And here's one. He in middle school, he had office referrals every single week. Now Doug, you know
daily.
him.
Almost daily.
Yes, he had 18 office referrals in the first 9 weeks. That's 2 a week if we figure that out. Now you tell me, Doug, if you had a kid that acted like that, what would you do?
What about all the times I got kicked off the bus?
And I had to figure out a way to get him to school when I was working. I wish that he had a child and that this child did to him what he did to me.
I have a question for you. So, after dealing with that for so many years, did it get to the point to where whenever you got contacted from the school or whenever I came home with an office referral or ISS or OSS or get kicked off the bus, did you get to the point where you just weren't surprised anymore? You just expected it.
No, yeah, I did. Nothing. If the school called me at work, I knew he was gonna have. He had done something that he shouldn't have, and I was gonna have to come and pick him up. Mrs. Wolf, I hate to tell you this.
Well, do you have any more examples of particular incidents that?
I don't know why you got kicked off the bus all the time. I think you were just acting out, being loud and sticking your hands out the windows, and you got kicked off the bus so many times. I don't know. Oh, I know. You argued with the bus driver all the time. That's one thing you did. That's not funny.
Tell them the story about the time that I, on my own fault, caused a giant scab on my nose before picture day the next day. No, the time I turned the bicycle upside down and I spun the wheel and I was sticking my nose up against the wheel while I was spinning because it felt funny.
You didn't tell
And
me
it
that.
rubbed my nose raw.
You didn't tell me.
No, the next day.
You told me you fell off your bicycle.
Oh, well, I lied to you.
Yeah,
then.
you lied to me. You told me you fell off your bike on the road and scratched your nose up, and I made
I don't
you.
remember telling you that.
And you did. And I made you go to school to get picture made anyway, and I actually have a picture of Matthew.
You had to drag me to school.
I know, and
you
I
had
have,
to call the principal out there to come get me.
I have a picture of you with that busted nose too.
It wasn't a busted nose. It was
I know.
A scab on the end
You
of my
had a
nose.
big old scab, and your hair is slinging everywhere. You
The
really
look
look
on my
funny.
face in that picture.
Yes, it was priceless. I loved it.
I wasn't
It was
smiling.
like revenge for me to do that to him.
That was-
Make him get his picture
I don't
made.
even remember that day at school.
The making you do that was sweet revenge. I got to tell you.
Well, I'm glad that you got a kick out
I
of it.
did, without actually moving my foot. Get it?
Yep, I do. Mama Retro, what do you think about the questions that you got in today's Q&A?
Yeah, I like answering people's questions. I could see their faces, so I knew who was asking me the question. I have to picture them in my mind, and I do it by their name. And some of the pictures in my mind of you guys by your names that you call yourselves are kind of weird looking. What? They
I
are.
wish you could draw them.
Geekynate, come on now. I've got a picture in my mind of this skinny, elbows, knobby knees boy with arms that hang to his knees, with glasses and black hair and suspenders on his pants, walking around in school with a microscope in his hands, looking down at a slide. That's what I get a picture of.
All right.
Sorry, Geekynate. All right, guys. This is the end of my Q&A session. When you guys watch this video, make sure that you press like. Don't do the thumbs down thingy out one. Somebody's done that. I've seen a couple of them. Pisses me off. Don't do it no more now. I mean it. Okay, so you press the thumbs up button. Thumbs up. Okay, got that? Okay. Press the like button. You leave a comment for me, and you can get cheeky if you want. I'll get cheeky right back. Leave me a comment and subscribe to the RetroWolf 88 channel. Good day. I'm done.